Hey, yo, what is the word? What goes on, peeps? Jay Porks here. We are back here with a brand new episode of Dyze in Your House, and we are talking about it. Mom Donnie, coming up in a second. But first, let me just say, the views and opinions expressed on my podcast are that of my own and do not represent that of my employer in any way, shape, or form. Never have, never will. And I say that every episode just to let y'all know about that. Also, my YouTube page, which this video should be on, has 330 something subscribers. I need to get to 500 if I want to monetize my silly videos and actually be able to, make some bucks and make a difference in the future in spreading the message of, stopping fascism and all that stuff. So, let's get to it. It was a heated mayoral primary here for the Democrats in New York City. But Mom Donnie won. And what was I tweeting before I was tweeting the whole election season. I will be voting for the Democrat in November. So I will be voting for Mom Donnie in November. I am Jewish. I am from here. But also, I have questions. But, we got to stop the racist shit on the internet. Shahira law. Stop it. That's so stupid. I saw a picture. They got, AI made a picture of, people praying in Times Square, at sundown, praying to, what Muslims do, whatever, because, But, wait a second. Slow down. You think that the mayor of New York City is going to demand that people go pray? You know what I mean? What the fuck are you even talking about? What you're doing by spreading these tweets and posts and Instagram stuff is being racist and not helping Democrats win elections. So I always ask the question, does this help Democrats win elections? Well, you're not helping. So please stop with the racist stuff, okay? Listen, that was my chair. Listen, since the October 7th, you know what I'm saying? Has New York City become less safe for Jewish people? Yes, it has. Is Mom Donnie making it less safe for Jewish people? No, he's not. That's not a thing. Might there be some people that are fans of his that, have some extreme views? Sure. Is he out there saying, yeah, go extreme views? No. And at the end of the day, so as this is going on, Threads, specifically Threads, because that's what I've been on the last couple of days, Threads is taking a victory lap here. The election is in November. Democrats, we need to take this home. So, stop wasting gas on a victory lap that might not be necessary. Oh, it's New York City. They always elect a Democrat. Okay, then at the same time, you can't go around talking like this is, New York City is the bellwether of fucking, elections, American politics. This isn't any town fucking USA, okay? It's fucking New York City. So, relax. And then, Bernie Sanders, this fucking guy who just won't go away. He won't go away. He stepped in 37 what's the dirts. If you get that, cool. If not, that's a deep cut. But Bernie Sanders stepped in and said, this is how you win elections. Bernie, you ran for president 3 times in my lifetime and you didn't win any of them. You didn't win a primary any time. Not once. Not one time. So, you think the Democratic mayoral primary in New York City is a blueprint for how Democrats can win elections nationwide? I think that's bonkers. Also, not saying that there aren't bits and portions of a good campaign that was run that is still running. You need to vote for the guy. Stop being racist in my replies on Threads. Some guy just told me, I demand you tell me why he can run a city full of 8 million people. He's not running a city. He's a mayor. There's a council. There's city agencies. There's a governor that can at any time overrule his ass. So please stop. And the governor won't endorse yet. That's pretty crazy. He's going to tax the rich. How? Come on. I mean, he's going to tell us what garbage cans to put out. And he's going to tell us, he's going to decide how much snow needs to be on the ground for there to be a school closure. And will it be a hybrid learning day, or will it just be a day off where they make it up later on in the year? And I'm screaming, vote for the guy. And at the same time, I have questions. And these questions have been met with replies to me that raise all sorts of red flags, right? Reverse purity testing is happening now. Let me explain. I explained it wisely in a post on Threads that got 333 likes so far, which is the amount of subscribers I have on YouTube, which you should smash that subscribe button so I could start making, 43 cents a video or whatever the case may be by having a little banner ad there or whatever the case may be. Or you could hit the Cash App, which I'm going to put somewhere along the screen. I'm recording before I put the thing on, so I don't know where it is yet. But you'll see. You'll see it. Please donate to it. Help a brother out. Anyway. Okay. So, I replied to somebody who said, and this is the Lauren Elise, and she's been cooking on Threads. I'm really liking her post. She said, wait, did Mamdani say not to vote for Kamala in 2024? I keep seeing people saying this, but I can't find the source for it anywhere. So, this person posted a question. It's a question. She's not spreading misinformation. She said she can't find a source, so she's asking her followers, which she has 4,500 of, which is not even close to me. I have like 400. She has 4,000, so shout out to that. So I just replied with a simple, they wanted every answer known on earth from a black woman running for office. You ask one question about a dude and the internet flips out. Wish y'all were into this election in November. Wish y'all were this much into the election in November. And that's how I feel. I really wish that people were this much into politics when we needed people to vote for Kamala Harris. That's what I really wish. And then I had a Threads that was, don't make that noise. So, here we go. I said, when a strong black woman runs for office, the internet digs up every corner of her life and try to tear her down. People ask like simple questions about a dude running for office, and the internet bombards you with hateful comments, which is true. They wanted to know what albums Kamala was listening to in college and how that represented her mood at the time. They wanted her to go on every Manosphere podcast. Her policies align with Mamdani's policies. Tax the rich, like, but you needed more, right? You needed every single thing. But I ask a question. Hey, did Mamdani vote for Kamala Harris in the election? And the internet, instead of answering me, fucking calls me stupid. How dare you? What about the other candidates? Bro, I'd like to know all the other candidates. I'd like to know their voting record. I want to know the voting records of every candidate that runs for office ever. That's what I want to know. And I want them to explain it. Okay? So I got an answer that somebody said he was part of the uncommitted movement, which during the primary told people not to vote for Harris, but in the general encouraged people to vote for Harris. Cool. Respect it. However, that doesn't answer my question. Did Mamdani go into the voting booth and bubble in Kamala Harris for president? That matters to me more than any of the racist bullshit being made up on the internet right now. So, please, enough. Bernie Sanders, shut your fucking mouth already. Go away. You do more harm for Democrats than you fucking do helping them. Somebody who's been an anti-Democrat his whole life and gets to run for president on the Democratic fucking ticket because we're not fucking exclusionary losers, loses primaries, complains about it. Manosphere behavior. Blame everybody but me. The lonely senator from Vermont that has, passed exactly no legislation. Stop it. I wish I had the Michael Jordan, the meme, where he's like, stop it. Man, I got more votes, yeah. You wanted an established black woman's life cleared out, but I can't ask who the dude voted for. That's red flag behavior. That's a reverse purity test. That makes it seem like everybody who I begged to vote for Kamala Harris, even though they may have had their questions, they may have not, really been the biggest fans, but also they're not voting for Kamala Harris, created fascism in America to rise, creates authoritarianism and all that stuff. I begged you. A lot of people begged you. Your favorite creators begged you. And a lot of people didn't. But the people replying to me, telling me that I need to stop asking these questions, seem like the kind of people that didn't vote for Kamala Harris. And that kind of, again, it raises red flags with me. I have questions. Are we Democrats or not? I fully reject the notion that the Democrats need to bust down their entire party and rebuild. Again, also, I do think that old people who are in the Democratic Party should, pass the torch. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, democratic principles of help people and shit like that, we continue that. That's progressive. The Democrats are the progressive party. When Republicans are Nazis, you can't just let them be Nazis and then, we'll change up. No, dick, you need to fucking stay true to who you are. They're fucking Nazis. Somebody said, I didn't vote for Harris because they said that, Harris, if you don't vote for Harris, then you get Trump, and they thought that was good enough. That's good enough for me, motherfucker. Look at the fucking country now. We bombed Iran. Which, by the way, the guy you allowed to get in office, when we bombed Iran and they bombed American bases in other countries, they called Trump to ask him if it was okay. And he said, yeah, the American president greenlit an attack on American soldiers overseas. Are you fucking crazy? But you couldn't vote for Kamala Harris? You couldn't, I've just been told to hold my nose. Oh no, somebody told me they were going to hold their nose and vote for Adams. Which, by the way, is fucking crazy. If this discourse creates fucking Adams or Sliwa as the mayor, fucking Democrats are lucky the Republicans aren't running an actual fucking candidate. Because if Nicole Malliotakis ran for mayor, don't tell anybody, she'd fucking win. She'd wipe the floor because of all this discourse on the internet. That's the same shit Trump gets to take advantage of. And Malliotakis is in a safe district here in Staten Island where they wouldn't have to worry about losing the seat. Some other Nazi crazy Republican would win it anyway. But luckily, the Democrats got lucky, and the Republicans are kind of ignoring this race, and they're kind of just gonna run Sliwa and run their fear tactics and see how Elon Musk feels in the fall, and maybe if he wants to help skew the votes. I don't know what helps them. It might help Republicans to have Mamdani as the mayor, because then it gives them something to rail against. Mamdani's election has nothing to do with AOC. Like, they say this is the signal for AOC to primary Schumer. While I would love AOC in Schumer's seat, I don't think she can win the race based on the fact that senator is for the entire state. And I don't think anybody above Westchester gives a fuck about AOC and her policies. They just look at her as whatever Fox News paints her as. You got to remember that. Shit is statewide. And the New York City mayor does not have anything to do with the way national politics looks. So stop with that take. That take is stupid, okay? Mamdani's a nice guy, ran a good campaign, went viral a couple of times, hit all the right notes. But you wanted Kamala Harris to go on subway takes? That's not... She had 100 days to run for president of the United States. She ran a flawless campaign. Flawless. And you chose not to vote for her because you chose to do some sort of purity test bullshit. And now when I want to know who the possible next mayor of New York City voted for, I get told, shut up, stop, you're a bot, you must have wanted Cuomo. No, I did not rank Cuomo. Hi, didn't rank Cuomo, so shut up. Like, wanted Lander, who's friends with Mamdani. They cross-endorse. So obviously, I don't not align with Mamdani's policies and stuff. I understand what the mayor's power is. And it's not that of a governor. It's not that of a fucking president. It's not that of a king. It's the fucking mayor of New York. Let me ask you a question. On your block, do you have somebody who you call the mayor? Like, for instance, in Do the Right Thing, the mayor, he would walk up, that old guy that was drunk all the time, he'd walk up and down the block. I'm not saying that the person on your block you're thinking of has to have substance abuse issues. However, a mayor, if you're talking about a block or like a couple of blocks, a neighborhood, is like somebody that goes around and talks to everybody, you know? That's like, oh, he's the mayor, he talks to everybody. Like, that's what the mayor does. He'll check the weather report, make sure the streets are safe, talk about that Vision Zero. Suggest that the council brings stuff to legislation, but he doesn't have, there's no executive order. He's not the governor. So, do I think Mamdani is, this evil dude who's going to destroy New York City? No. Shut up with that. That's racist. I just want him to tell me who he voted for in November. That's all. That's all I want to know. And I wish that the people on the internet would stop harassing me about it. And I wish Bernie Sanders would shut the fuck up and keep Kamala Harris's name out your fucking mouth. Okay? Bernie Sanders is so manosphere because he hates Hillary, now he hates Kamala. Can't stand it. And y'all want me to like that guy. And I'm Jewish, and I don't like that guy. Stop being racist. I will vote for the Democrat. Yeah, I'm a Democrat. So I'm going to vote for the Democrat in the fall. I got notes. But yes, I'm not going to put that in the description or in the title because I want this to be clickbait. I'm just going to put hashtag Mamdani, and I'm going to see what people think. And I'm going to see if people click on it because it's a fucking hot button issue right now. But yeah, I'm a Democrat. I vote for Democrats. He didn't say fuck the Democrats and run as some other party. You know what I mean? He's the Democrat. The Democrat who was in there got corrupted and now he's independent. Which, by the way, all this discourse online could create, which would be crazy, an Eric Adams re-election. Be careful. be careful. Ask your questions, but be careful. Yeah, and the mayor of NYC is not a bellwether for American politics. This is not any town, USA, folks. This is New York City. It is a diverse city full of 8 million people. Okay? 8 million different people. Different religions, cultures, backgrounds. Okay? This is not a bellwether for American politics. Yeah, America's the melting pot. You know, in the cities that have diversity. So, there you go. My endorsement for Mamdani. You know, I really just hope he voted for Harris. Please. I want him to say it. I need it on video. Need it in an interview. You know, if he goes on, you know, he'll probably go on Complex Sneaker Shop and, you know, what else? Hot Ones. He's got to do Hot Ones, right? Because Kamala Harris lost the election because she didn't do Hot Ones. That's what they say. And he better, you know, hope he doesn't say anything too negative about Elon Musk, because then Elon Musk will just steal someone else the election. So that's that. Anyhow, I think I'm done. So please do me a couple of favors. There's going to be a Cash App thing. Please, you know, toss me $1 or $2. Help me out. I could use all the help I can get. There's a Patreon, patreon.com/Dyze in your house that you can go to. You can subscribe, but not everyone wants to do that, so you can do the Cash App. Also, please subscribe on YouTube. I don't post that much, so it's not like I'm gonna be all up in your thing. But I do. That's where I'm putting the podcast now. That is my direct line to the podcast. It gets uploaded to YouTube and shared everywhere else. They are all public. If there is any not behind the scenes, if there's any exclusive content that's only going to be shared exclusively to people on Patreon, that will go only on Patreon. And those videos won't be public on my YouTube page. But my YouTube page has the Dyze in Your House Post-Death of Democracy playlist, which is all the podcasts post the election. Okay. Be a Democrat. Vote for Democrats. Stop being stupid. Stop fear-mongering. Everything's going to be all right as long as you vote for the damn Democrat. It would have been all right. America would have been in such a great place had people voted for the Democrat in November. Much like I did. I voted for Kamala Harris. Not only that, I don't couch it. Like, I was proud and excited to vote for Kamala Harris. She was an awesome candidate who had awesome plans. But instead, we're bombing Iran. And Iran is retaliating. But before they retaliate, they get it greenlit by the American president. That's what your uncommitted vote did. That's how you Jill Stein's the election. I'm not going to Jill Stein the election. I'll be voting for Mamdani because he's a fucking Democrat. Late.